They ain't even gonna touch me. They're not gonna feel me. They're not even gonna smell me. I don't care if it's the T-Rex or the Terminator out there chasing me. I got this invisible juice, and once I turn it on, I'm gone.
When real life disappointed us, these athletes were there to prove that dreams can come true. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 fictional movie pro athletes.
I've never seen anything like this.
Neither have I. Strange day out here at windswept fields.
For this list, we're looking at entirely fictional athletes. And by pro, we're referring to anything that excludes academic-related sports. So basically, if they eventually get paid to play, they're eligible. No representations of real athletes or fictional sports allowed, as they deserve their own list. Sorry, Victor Crumb. And since the entire careers of these athletes are being considered, there may be a few spoilers ahead. So, spoiler alert.
Yeah, would you like that?
Number 10, Randy the Ram Robinson, the wrestler.
Doc, I'm a professional wrestler.
That's not a good idea.
Kicking off our list is 80s wrestling has-been Randy the Ram Robinson. Real name Robin Ramzinski, he hopes to be able to recapture his former glory and takes on matches that strain his already deteriorating health.
Well, it's your heart. You need to start taking better care of it.
Like how? What do I do?
Realizing he probably can't wrestle any longer, Randy retires and tries to turn his life around, attempting to reconcile with his estranged daughter and bond with a potential new love interest.
You know, in this life, you can lose everything that you love. Everything that loves you.
However, his past keeps coming back to haunt him, and despite his heart condition, Randy goes back into the ring to face his biggest rival and his passion for the sport. Number 9, Reggie Reg Dunlop, Slapshot. And now we have Reg Dunlop, the player/coach of the Charlestown Chiefs hockey team.
Hey, man! She's a dyke! I know!
While not an especially skilled player or even a good coach for that matter, Dunlop, portrayed by the iconic Paul Newman, does whatever it takes to prevent his team from folding.
Hey! You guys are Hansons. Fucking machine took my quarter.
This includes playing the maniacal Hanson brothers to help increase attendance.
And I think that was Jack. I always Jack or Jack.
While his attempt to play, quote, old-time hockey in the championship game fails, Dunlop ultimately leads his team to victory and accepts a position as head coach of the Minnesota Nighthawks.
If things don't work out, you can always get in touch with me in Minneapolis.
Bye, Reggie.
I could make a goddamn fortune.
Number 8, Ricky Vaughn, Major League.
Top of the 6th, and rookie sensation Ricky Vaughn on the pitch now.
Wild Thing, you make our hearts sing.
Wild Thing, you make my heart sing.
This flame-throwing pitcher, played by Charlie Sheen, could throw the ball 100 miles an hour, but nowhere near the plate,
Just a bit outside.
earning him the Wild Thing nickname. Luckily for the Cleveland Indians, all he needed was a pair of glasses.
Oh man, they look nice. I had a pair just like them.
Well, after the game, I'm gonna pick out a pair that's more me.
Now able to see clearly, Vaughn becomes the Indians' best pitcher.
Wild Thing delivers.
And plays a huge role in securing a victory in a one-game playoff versus the New York Yankees by striking out slugger Clu Haywood with the bases loaded. Number 7, Roy Hobbs, the natural.
This is Roy Hobbs.
He may have only played 1 year in the big leagues, but that season was enough to convince us that Roy Hobbs would have been one of the greatest players in baseball history. That is, if he hadn't been shot by a crazy lady as a late teen.
That's you. Nice young boy. Half-naked lady lying in the street. You in her room.
Equipped with his trusty bat Wonder Boy, Hobbs could literally hit the cover off the ball.
What's the name of his bat?
Wonder Boy.
He could also create his own fireworks after he hit a home run. Name us a professional baseball player that could do that. Number 6. Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby is not a thinker. Ricky Bobby is a driver. He is a doer.
It's hard to make it as a professional athlete without a lot of confidence. Or is that arrogance? When it comes to Ricky Bobby, it's usually the latter.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine.
Played by the delightful Will Ferrell. The man with 2 first names is one of NASCAR's best drivers, and he only knows how to do one thing: win.
It's not your tailpipe, it's a little bit of shake, and then wait, shake it back.
He even shows he's capable of overcoming adversity.
This makes us all realize the kind of pressure these drivers are under.
Mr. Bobby, come on down here. Help me, Jesus!
While the film may satirize many elements of the auto racing industry, we believe that a man who can drive with an advertisement covering his windshield would do just fine on the real racetrack.
Ricky Bobby, who never met a sponsor he wouldn't push, has a huge Big Newton sticker on his windshield.
I think NASCAR black flagging for that.
Number 5. Rod Tidwell, Jerry Maguire.
These are the ABCs of me, baby. I do not dance, and I do not start preseason without a contract. Fine.
A guy who claims he's better than Chris Carter, Andre Reed, and Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice, Andre Reed, Chris Carter. I smoke all these fools.
While Rod Tidwell may have the same arrogant nature as Ricky Bobby, his play on the field backs it up.
Nobody's looking out for Rod Tidwell. We don't know where we're gonna live in a year. And I'm supposed to be a superstar, man.
He may also embody the modern-day athlete, and perhaps everything wrong with sports, but his ability to connect on a personal level with his agent, Jerry Maguire, and his determination in overcoming an injury during a game against the Dallas Cowboys helped earn him an $11.2 million contract. Show me the money indeed.
Show me the money!
Number 4. Margaret Maggie Fitzgerald, $1 Million Baby.
Maggie Fitzgerald?
Well, Maggie Fitzgerald, what's up?
If Rod Tidwell represents some of the problems in sports, Maggie Fitzgerald represents everything that is great about them.
Thought you might be interested in training me.
I don't train girls.
Maybe you should. People see me fight, say I'm pretty tough.
Played by the unyielding Hilary Swank, Fitzgerald's drive, passion, and determination are things that every athlete needs to have in order to succeed.
I know if you train me right, I'm gonna be a champ.
She worked harder than anybody, and wanted it more too, which was often the difference in her fights. If not for the tragic accident during her $1 million match in Las Vegas, she would surely have continued to dominate the boxing ring. Number 3. Crash Davis, Bull Durham.
I'm Crash Davis. I'm your new catcher, and you just got lesson number 1.
Kevin Costner has starred in several sports flicks, but it's his role as Crash Davis that is perhaps most famous.
Think classy, you'll be classy.
Davis spent 21 days in the majors and 12 years in the minor leagues, which tears him up inside every day.
I was in the show for 21 days once. Wow. 21 greatest days of my life.
It's his desire and love of the game, however, that allow him to hang on to the dream of playing in the majors, and which causes him to pass his knowledge on to Nuke Lelouch, a future baseball star.
Annie's a very smart lady. What? The rose goes in the front, big guy.
For good measure, he becomes the all-time leader in minor league home runs by the end of the film.
When Crash hit his 247th home run, I knew the moment it happened, but I'm sure nobody else did. And the sporting news didn't say anything about it.
Number 2. Happy Gilmore.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy.
Who needs a short game when you can hit the ball 400 yards?
A guy who can drive the ball that far, he can really draw a crowd.
The ex-hockey goon takes up golf to make some money when he discovers that his grandmother owes $275,000 to the IRS. Happy's over-aggressive but good-natured personality is Adam Sandler at his very best. By the end of the film, Happy proves he can go toe-to-toe with the best and win, as he claims victory at the Tour Championship. Perhaps more importantly, he created a style that all people, real and fictional, wanted to emulate.
All good, because I'm a hockey player.
Who hasn't tried running up to the ball and swinging as hard as you can? Before we unveil our #1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
England. As a scout too. I know what I'm talking about.
England.
What's your name, son?
Santiago Muñez.
Gotta forget it all. The crowd, the audibles, the goddamn playbook. Just focus on this next one pass.
There's one thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here. Win.
#1, Rocky Balboa, the Rocky franchise.
Win.
What are we waiting for? Take this!
Was there any real doubt who the greatest fictional athlete was? Sylvester Stallone's iconic character embodies the ultimate rags-to-riches story, and back to rags if you include the later sequels.
You know your brain ain't working so good. All this happens pretty soon, and you ain't ready.
Rocky not only represented the underdog, but all of America, and proved that as long as you're determined and want it more than anyone, you can succeed.
It really don't matter if this guy opens my head either. Because all I want to do is go the distance.
He is such an important character to the city of Philadelphia that a statue has been built in his honor. His nemesis/trainer/friend Apollo Creed deserves to be mentioned.
Apollo Creed will provide the ultimate gala spectacle on Thanksgiving in front of this man's home crowd. I'm gonna drop him like a bad habit.
But it's the Italian stallion that takes the top spot today. Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite fictional athlete?
Here comes Falco. Falco's back. What happened to my town?
For more thrilling top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Who are you waving at, Happy?
Nobody, Grandma. Let's go home.